we're out on the trail again. We got dropped off, I don't know, a little bit after 8:15, 8:20. We were out on 8:30. And yippee doo, we have water and mud in the first mile. Nice. I hope this will abate. I'm gonna let Angel walk on so I can see where the rocks are. I see them now. It's the one thing I have a hard time not just walking right up because my stride is longer than everybody else's. And I have to work hard to leave some distance. But when you're going down through rocky terrain, when you're coming through the rocky or the mud stuff there, you really need to back off for a lot of reasons. And I try really hard to do it. And sometimes I'm not able to, and I apologize to my friends because I don't mean to be hiking up on their heels. But you know, even for my benefit, it's nice to know where the steps are. And when you're going through riprap, rocky stuff like this, it's kind of nice to back off so that you can sort of see a little bit ahead and plan your steps. Because if I'm in front, I can zip right down through that because I see where my steps are and I can just go with it. But when I get right up on somebody like I'm about to do again, bless my heart, you know, I pretty well have to go exactly where whoever's in front of me is going. And sometimes that's the best path for me, but sometimes it's not the best path for me. But it becomes the path I take just by default because I don't have the distance between to see the better path. So I'm working on that. I know it's an issue. I know they probably don't like me walking right up on their tail. I'm sorry. But the downside is if I get out in front, I wind up walking off. And I don't know why that is. That bothers me too. I know my stride is longer, but you'd think I'd be able to get out in front and walk slowly. But I've noticed even just in walking down the street to go to supper or something like that, I always tend to wind up out front, and I don't mean to. I hope other people don't consider me to be elitist because I feel like and think that I'm doing that on purpose, that I need to be in the front. I don't. It's just, you know, my stride's longer than most people with whom I walk. And it just winds up that I'm out front, so I have to consciously stop and slow myself down some. One of those things. But anyway, we're going to have a great day today. We're obviously, you can tell from Angel's back, it's bare. We are not carrying weight. I'm following a crowd of folks that are bathed and smoked or sprayed down in Skin So Soft, which smells kind of nice. Maybe I should have sprayed the front of my shirt with that because my shirt stinks. It's bad. I really kind of hate to. When I get into a hotel, I usually hang this up in the on the hangers there that they provide for you. Well, last night there weren't hangers behind the door like there usually are. There was actually a little closet in the room, and I hope that I didn't leave a massive amount of hiker funk in that closet. I left the door open, but man, this shirt is gamey. And we just washed it day before yesterday. That's the thing that's just so weird. Maybe we can give it a go and try soaking it in vinegar. That's what Trail Angel Mary told us the other day was good for hiker funk, is white vinegar. So maybe we can find some of that and soak some of our clothing in that, and that'll help it out. Who knows? But we're going to go up the trail about 11 miles or 12 today. I don't remember now how far exactly. We did come back to where we got off yesterday because we got off about 1.5 miles short of what we had intended. And we're going to walk our way into Pine Grove, Pennsylvania. So it's going to be a great day. Well, we are headed across the road, and the guidebook says famous bridge or historical bridge or something like that. We've got an old steel bridge coming up right here that we cross. It's closed to traffic now. The shuttle driver said there's a parking lot for the AT on the other side, but you have to drive 6 miles to get there. So this is nice. Oh, there's a sign. Let's see if we can zoom up on that. I don't know. I may have to take a picture of that. We'll get it here just in a minute. But that's where we're headed. We cross the bridge here. So we'll talk to you real soon. Well, this is just a really nice bridge. Look, it's got the boards turned on end and standing up this way. And you got the river coming in. Absolutely gorgeous. Headed off in that direction. hopefully we're gonna have a nice, easy little hike today. Hawkeye's already well out in front of us. I have no idea where he'll stop or if he'll stop. I expect he will somewhere. This is just really pretty. Oh, there's another option for me to take a picture of the sun. I stopped the video back there so I could do that, but I was shooting into the sun, so I don't think I was able to get the camera stopped down enough to take a good picture of it. So I'm gonna turn around right here and see if I can video it, and then I can extract a picture later. So there it is. There it is. Okay, so that's the video of the sun. Hopefully I'll be able to get a photo out of that somewhere, and we're gonna go up the trail. I don't know what that is. That's kind of interesting. There's this, I guess it's sort of a cave, I don't know. See what's going on down in there. I would have thought the light would have come on, but it didn't. But this is just this dug out area in the rock face right here. I'm gonna try to back up without tripping over rocks so you can sort of see. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Right here beside the trail. Well, this is our trail today, actually slightly better than what it has been. We've been hiking through these knee-high bushes here for a ways. And actually you can see the trail right now, but for the most of the part, up until just when I took my phone out, they were growing over the trail so you couldn't see squat, which makes hiding the rocks, or the hidden rocks, even more fun. At least at the moment we can see where we're walking. And I think we've about cleared the ridge. We're just kind of ridge lining it today, meandering up and down. Not quite as flat as yesterday, but it shouldn't be anything huge either. I think we're gonna have some nice views at some point during the day. So we'll certainly check in when we get to those. Kind of flattening out, going through the ferns. I think sometimes ferns rank right up there with mossy covered things. Just the green ground cover is soothing and calming, beautiful. And we can walk through something like that. It's just really very pleasant, because a lot of times that means the forest floor is open and you can see around a little bit. Sunlight's glinting through. That makes for a really nice section of trail. Hopefully it'll keep up a little bit. I read a new description the other day of these rocks, the ones that we're walking on, or have been walking on today. Ankle breakers. I think I like that description, because that's kind of what they're good for. As you have rather inferred, I'm sure by now, I typically walk in the back, and about 5 or 7 times a day, Angel will catch her feet on something small and roll her ankle over. She must have the strongest ankles of any one person I know in the world, because she's always able to keep on going. And but that's a very apt description of some of the rocks that we've been dealing with. I think later on in Pennsylvania we get to boulder fields, and that's completely a different thing. So we'll see how those go. I'm worried, because we've seen boulder fields before, and you can get up on top of those. They're flat and rounded, and you just kind of bop from one to the other, rock hopping. It's not too dangerous, I think. But apparently the folks that maintain the trail up this way have duties of coming out and sharpening some of the rocks. I've heard that people come out here with the hammer and chisel and files and things like that and sharpen it up to a point. So that'll be fun to see. Of course, I'm being facetious there, but I have heard that the rocks up here are different. We're not that far yet. It'd be awfully cool if we got up there and thought, well, this is much ado about nothing. But that remains to be seen. So right now we're going to wander on down through the ferns and head our way up the trail. Well, we've got a view today. Got several coming up, I think. That's pretty nice. Ooh, that's a swampy looking pond right there in the middle. But, good view. Farmland down there. That's one of the things that we've been kind of shy on views for the last while. We got really spoiled early on because we had them all over the place in Tennessee and North Carolina, and even in Virginia, some in the southern part. But they've been like one every couple of 3 days here as we move further north. But I think we'll get them back. They'll come back. Well, we have stopped and have at lunch back at the turnoff for the William Penn Shelter. To give you an idea of how lazy we're feeling, it was 0.1 off the trail, and we didn't go down there. We just sat at the top of the hill. I'm not even sure there was a hill. But there was a campsite with lots of logs and rocks to sit on, so we stopped and ate. A couple of other hikers there. And off and on all day, we've been being buzzed by helicopters. And the one little glimpse that I got of one of them, they look like police helicopters. And those guys said that another hiker that's half a day in front of us said that they stayed at the shelter last night that we just left. And police came in about 2 o'clock in the morning and were looking for a missing person. And they were checking out the shelter to see if that person was there. So I'm assuming that the helicopters that we hear buzzing overhead must be still looking. So I hope they have good luck finding him or her. I think it's a him. Not really sure. But anyway, it's just something that we don't deal with day in and day out, and I thought I would share it with you. Right now we're kind of going up an old road, and the trail walking at the moment is pretty easy. I'm not in love with all these bushes on either side, but at least they're mostly out of the trail. So that's kind of cool. I'll switch to this one because this one's a little wider. But we're about, I'd say probably 3 miles from where we're going today. And looking forward to having Beth and Griffin coming in. So that'll be kind of cool to see them for the first time in a month or two. It's been a while. I guess Damascus was the last time we saw them, and that was mile 500. So holy cow. We're going to cross 1,200, so we've not seen them in almost 700 miles. That's pretty impressive. So hopefully we'll have a good visit, and hope they have safe travels. Well, we're about probably half a mile or less from where we're going, and this is the view at the end of the day. We had to work for it. We just came through another rock field. Don't know what it is about rock fields in the end of the day, but I guess that's kind of the way of Pennsylvania. 0.2 miles. Alrighty, so not far at all. We're going to head into the hotel and get showered and have a good evening. Rest a little bit, maybe sit by the pool. It'll be a good day. Alrighty, nice view here towards the end of the day. This is even better than the one a minute ago because we're more wide open. And we've got a shuttle ride down at the bottom here in just 1/10 of a mile or so. And we're heading to town.